Hello everyone. Here we go with assignment number 1. Remember to always go to Window, Workspace, Basics, click Yes, drag layers in history out from the right hand side toolbar, open them large, drag them downwards so that you can see what's going on in them. For assignment number 1, we want to do File, New, name it A number 1 dash your first and last name, width 12 inches, height 8, resolution 300, everything else is fine to stay as it is. Click OK. There's your canvas. Now my version of Photoshop is a little different than the one at school. So I'm just going to click a new layer to the left of garbage can, but you shouldn't have to. Remember to go to rectangle tool, which is U on the left hand toolbar. You will draw a rectangular type of box that will hold like a vertical photo, keeping in mind you want 3 of these going across. Remember to have black on top here in the lower part of the left hand toolbar, the color boxes. You can use a little bendy arrow to get your black on top. Remember I showed you last time too, you can double click on the black box, choose any color you want from in here. There's like a rainbow of colors. Any of them will do, that's fine. So take that layer, drop it to the left of garbage can, and then hit V on your keyboard or this tool right here, upper left, and move it over. And then drop that down to the left of garbage can again. Move it over. So now I have 3, and you can go back and kind of fine tune and move whichever one you want to. So now I'm going to go and retrieve my photos that I took of the just plain old inanimate objects. So I'm going to say File, Open, navigate to where yours are. Mine are on the desktop. And I know I called the left one left. So I'm going to open that up. Now at this point, a lot of you were saying, well, I can't see my canvas anymore. It's because this photo covered it up. So what you want to do is grab this photo, drag it down, make sure you're on V or Move tool, grab the actual photo, click on it, drag it over, let go, there it is. But here in my layers palette, I want to make sure that that photo is above the correct box. So I have to drag it down, and see how I'm hovering over the left-hand side box and it's kind of becoming a double line there in my layers palette. Now I can let go, it's right on top. Now to get it in the box, I have to do my Control-Alt-G all together, all at once, and I get that little curvy arrow there. If you hesitate and you don't hit Control-Alt-G, all 3 buttons at the same time, you will get a file folder thingy here, and it will say group. You don't want to group. If that has happened to you, go backwards in history and just get rid of that and try Control-Alt-G again, all 3 keys at the same time to get this little like 90-degree arrow showing that that photo is indeed in that box. Now to get to the photo to fit into the box, do Control-T, Control-0, hold the Shift key down the whole entire time, grab a corner, and just size it in, and then up here, upper right, check mark if you like it. If you don't, hit the I don't like it, and then start again. I can also use the arrow keys on my keyboard, as I'm doing right now, to kind of shift it to the right. If you go too far to the right, just go to the left. The arrow keys work. Okay, now I'm gonna open up and grab my other 2 photos Here's my center one or my middle one. Same thing. Grab it, drag down, move it over, move it on top, the middle. The Control-Alt-G, Control-T, Control-0, hold Shift, size it out. And I know it's extending beyond, but it's okay. This guy is centered. I can even move him a little bit more over to show him more centered. The left guy is on the left. I have my right one left. So I'm going to say File, Open, go back, find the right one, grab it, drag it down, again, move over. He's over here. Let's say he's over here, and in the layers palette, I do move him above the box, but he's still on the left-hand side. Look at what happens here. I do my Control-Alt-G. He disappears. Where is he? He's on the left side. Just again, with your move tool, move him over. Control-T, Control-0. Hold your Shift. Okay, he's a little beyond there. I'm check marking that I like it, but I'm going to use my arrow keys on my keyboard just to get him a little more over. Okay, great. Now I'm going to give myself another new layer above everything. Make sure you're on the topmost layer and cancel that. Click left of garbage can. Go to T in the left tool palette. Because T is text box, I'm going to draw my text box right there, just underneath the left one, and I'm going to type in left. If you want to play around with fonts, the easiest way to do it is to highlight your font, highlight the font name. See up here, this one's called Mr. B. It's at 48 points. You can make it bigger or smaller, whatever you like. You can actually put in a custom number there if you like. And then use those arrow keys again. And it's going to be changing it over into all these different fonts. Again, I think I have a lot of different ones here than you guys do at school. And if you download a font, just know it's not going to be there tomorrow probably. So I did like the Mr. B one, so I'm going to go down to that and keep it there, left. I'm going to check mark that I like it. I will give myself another layer. It's always great to have things on different layers. Just in case it messes up, you don't have to redo everything. You just have to redo that layer. I will call this guy middle. Check mark, I like it. Give myself another text box. Go here, call this guy right. And the way I got it centered up here, I could have picked left. I could have picked right align, but I want center, so I'm up at the top there. If I still want to move things over, like let's say middle, it's not perfect. Again, just take my move tool and use my arrow keys and kind of make it good. Same thing, I think I'm going to do that with right as well. And I'm going to do that with left a little bit too. Okay, go to the uppermost, give yourself a new layer again, go to text tool. And at the bottom, this is the finishing part, put A, number 1, dash, and your first, last name, check mark. And now, File, Save As. If you save it as a Photoshop, you will always be able to see all of these layers, which is great because you can always go back and fine tune. And I'm going to be checking these like next Monday, hopefully. So if I say, hey, this is wrong or that's wrong, you can just go in and fix it really quickly, fix the right layer. If you save it as a JPEG, it flattens it, not an if, a JPEG. It'll flatten it. You will no longer have access to layers. So that's a bad idea right now. Try to save in Photoshop. Click OK. And the other thing is, remember to save in your G drive, on your USB, and Dropbox.com. Okay? And I'm going to move on to assignment number 2.